Hi guys! Hope you've all been well, because I haven't seen you in a while, and I'll get onto why in a minute. Firstly, I'm really sorry if I seem really hyper, but I've just had some really, really good news, so yay. Um, firstly, though, I just want to say welcome to all my new followers. I really appreciate that you've taken the time to read my website or like my Facebook page, and I hope I've got something to give to you to think about. At the very least, these videos will be entertaining, I hope, because they're nothing else. I'm not very good at this kind of thing at all. Um, so yeah, I've not been around. My husband and I came back from our awesome traveling around the world about 3 weeks ago, and which was just amazing. And I hope you've managed to see some pictures of what we were doing. But while we were away, sort of towards the end, my parents had some really bad news, and it's they've kind of their whole life has just fallen apart. Everything they've worked towards, everything's just been ripped out from underneath them, and it's really hard to see parents, when they're getting a bit older, they kind of can't emotionally deal with that much stress anymore. They haven't got the energy. They kind of were at the point where they were just going to retire and enjoy everything that they've worked towards, and that's all been taken away from them. My dad has to go back to work, and he's like 67 this year, and it's just so heartbreaking. Yeah, like really heartbreaking. So I've just spent the last 3 weeks helping put their life, or some remnants of what they have left, together. They have literally nothing anymore, and that's really, really hard to see. But that's why I haven't been around. But it just made me think about how much, especially as an anxiety sufferer, I know like sometimes I really hate that I suffer from anxiety, because I'm self-aware enough to know that there are some really serious issues going on in the world, and that anxiety, like the sickness of the mind, is so insignificant, in comparison. And especially like when this thing happened with my parents, I just sort of thought everyone is so consumed with themselves and what's going on with themselves, and like the world, everything must be about them, and the world revolves around them. I've just sort of hit, when this thing happened with my parents, I just sort of hit this kind of wall of life is really damn short, and if you don't have anything, real to worry about, then we must try as hard as possible not to worry. I know that sounds like it's like telling a cancer patient not to have cancer when you suffer mentally. So I'm not saying, oh, just snap out of it, because that doesn't work. But I think it sometimes really helps to understand that how we feel isn't necessarily a reflection on the truth, on real life. And if you can start to see that and start taking responsibility for your own emotions, and for your own feelings, you can't always help them, but if you take responsibility for them and understand that they are not sort of the be all and end all, they're not as big as you sometimes maybe imagine. I think that's a really good starting point to gain a bit more control over the anxiety, or any other social anxiety, or any mental illness, really. And not every day you're not gonna be able to do that every day, but hopefully maybe sometimes, if you can just accept those feelings, and accept that those feelings will pass, and that they're not necessarily a reflection on the truth, then maybe we can all help ourselves a little bit. So I hope that kind of helps. I try and keep these videos short, but I shall hopefully see you again really soon. And for now, I wish you a wonderful day, and I shall see you again soon.